Hey, this is the 7 laws to build, scale, or fix any business that I use as an active CEO. And I'm going to give them to you relatively fast, but I'm not going to edit this video. And my name's Adam. I am the CEO of an investment research firm called Sherman Research. We do model portfolios and model signals for advisors and retail investors. I used to be the president of an automotive parts company. And before that, I was a managing director in banking. So it's kind of some of the stuff that I do, but I'm an active operator. I'm a CEO right now. I'm not a content creator alone. I make content, so I'm a content creator, but I'm an active CEO. That's what I do for a living. All right, law number 1, purpose beyond profit. You need a reason to exist that's bigger than just making money. If it is only for money, you won't survive. And people won't want to work for you, and you won't want to wake up and get after it because it's just for money. And at the top of Money Mountain is a hamster wheel. And there's just it's an invisible finish line. So you need to state that in 7 words or less. What is the reason that you exist that's bigger than just making money? Okay. Law number 2 is the Genesis principle. A lot of businesses do things just because, or because they saw somebody else in the market do it. You want to do everything from objective truth. So if you have an existing business, then you would ask yourself this question: if I were to start from scratch today, what would I do differently and why? And then do that. If you're an existing business, ask yourself, or if you're a brand new business, ask yourself something like, how do I know that to be true? So somebody says, we're going to set our price at, $20. Well, why? Well, because $20 is the price that people want. Well, how do you know that to be true? It has to come from objective truth, and you need to reason up from there. Law number 3 is the Net 7 method. You need to understand the language of finance. This is it. And if you're running a business, you're a new entrepreneur, even if you're a seasoned entrepreneur, you need to understand finance. So there's 3 aspects that you're going to follow. 1 is you're going to keep 7 months of operating cash reserve. So that just means you can survive a 2-quarter winter with no revenue, and that winter may come. The other is that you're going to manage your cash flow, because a lot of businesses are profitable, but cash flow is why they don't survive. So you're going to look at the average number of days it takes for money to come in and money to come out. AR and AP days. You're going to manage the difference between those two. You want the AR days, money coming in, to be smaller than the AP days. And then the third is you're going to close your books within 7 days after the month ends. So that means you can look at a P&L and a balance sheet every month, and you should be surgical about this. Month ends, 1 week, you're looking at it, you're reviewing it. Okay. Law number, what am I on? 4, the brand mode. So there's a reason that people buy certain brands. So let's look at this. For instance, this is a Yeti mug. Why do I buy this and not some other commodity? Because of brand. The brand is what protects your business, period. And so brand is really just reputation. How do you build a reputation? Today, 2026, you do it right here through social media. This is free TV time. All you have to do is put in the production time and value and thought, and you can distribute everywhere. So you need to be posting on social media multiple times a day. Law number 5 is decision velocity. This is where a lot of people struggle. It's execution. Economic value is measured in execution. And so you need to set 3 goals for growth, finance, and operations just for the next year. And then you need to execute on 1-month cycles, calendar month cycles. The litmus test for anything you're working on is this moving me meaningfully toward one of those big 3 goals? If you do that, you're constantly going to be going in the right direction and fast. And that's what velocity is, speed and direction. Law number 6, the hot dog stand effect. It's a people game. You need to build a business and a reputation of your own to where if you were to go start a hot dog stand, people would follow you. And so how do you do that? You do that by serving people well, asking them every week, for example, what can I do to serve you better? Also by giving promotions and raises and recognizing people, equity, phantom equity, restricted stock, whatever it is, in advance without them having to come justify themselves to you. Because that's what shows that you're thinking about them versus what they can get anywhere else, which is them performing and then showing people they perform and ask for money. Anybody can do that. Law number 7 is asymmetric endurance. So most people build in symmetry. The growth of their business and their involvement move together, and then they build a prison. And so what these private equity firms do is they come in outside of these other things I just mentioned, and they build something called asymmetric endurance. They come document all your processes. They look for recurring revenue. They basically build automation. They make it so that nothing's reliant on just one person. And so the growth of your business and its reliance on you or any single individual should move asymmetrically or in opposite directions. And you do that by documenting every process that's in your business. So every job that somebody has, their job should be documented. What is success should be documented, and also how they do their job should be documented. And then automate as much as you can. Keep the human aspect where it makes sense, but automate as much as you can. Then start testing it by taking a day off, a week off, a month off to see if you've actually built asymmetric endurance. Those are the 7 laws. If those are interesting to you, I do have longer videos. You can follow this account. All of these laws are rooted in biblical wisdom. So for me, my purpose beyond profit is to share Jesus' love through excellence in business, because I think when you do anything excellently, it creates curiosity. And I am experienced and in business, and so that's the medium where I'm trying to give God the glory. And so, follow along if those things resonate with you, or jump in and ask questions if you have any questions about the laws, and I'll try and get to them. God bless you.